Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How y'all doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I am doing another video in my top 3 mini series in which I am going over all the categories or subcategories within categories in my makeup collection and talking to you about the top 3 products that I have that I didn't fit for each one of those subcategories. I do these every single year, and that is because our thought processes change, right? It's to keep me in check and to inform you guys of some of the favorite products that I have in my collection that I'm using. And I hope that you're here for it. And if you are, please keep on watching. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. And ultimately, this is my self-care. I like coming out here, talking to you about the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things rolling into my collection, out of my collection. This channel really soothes my soul. And I hope that you find that it also soothes yours. And if you love a chatty channel just talking about makeup because you need somebody to talk about makeup to, I am your person. I firmly feel that, because that's all I want to do is talk about makeup. And I choose you, Pikachu. With that said, I hope that you'll want to subscribe before you go. Because it's a kick in the pants around here. Let me know down in the comment section if you do that. I'd love to welcome you personally. And with that said, let's roll right into this top 3 in every category in my lips, brows, and lashes. So I decided to do lips, brows, and lashes all together because they're really, honestly, the biggest of those categories is the lips category, and it has 5 subcategories. But brows and lashes only have 2 categories, and each one of those like inventory categories. Am I saying categories too many times? I think so too. It's okay, I think so too. So I'm going to start backwards, and we're going to go with the smaller categories first, and we'll finish off with lips because I think lips is probably the funnest. But just some disclaimers, I guess. I've done this video multiple times on my channel. I think the last time I did it was about this time last year, this whole mini series of videos. I do it every year because our feelings, our thoughts, our opinions change, right? Our skin changes, things change. So I want to keep myself in check and really inform you guys of the stuff that I'm using that I maybe not telling you about every single time I'm using them, right? Not showing it on camera every single time I use it, but the things that I want to continue to pull for in my makeup collection. And I encourage you guys to do this too, because it's super fun. Like when you sit down and have to think about your favorite 3 items in each category when you have a collection like this, it's kind of hard, but you really realize what some of your favorite things are. Nothing that I stated in my previous videos, you know, my previous year's videos of this is untrue. Like I still think that those are really great products, unless I've come to you and said that like I changed my mind about them. But these are my current favorites, and some of them might overlap from years previous because I just haven't changed my mind yet on those. So with that said, let's roll into brow products. I don't think these have changed. I don't think these have changed. I only have 2 categories in my brow products. I have brow gels and pens or pencils for brows. And for brow gels, I have these 3 products. They're the same, I think, as they were last year. My holy grail brow product is the 24-hour brow setter. However, I've said this to a friend of mine just recently, actually. If you like your brows to stand at attention, this is probably not going to be your brow product. I do like my brows to feel more like hair. I do like them to feel a little less crunchy. However, there is a time and a place for crunch, right? And I have one of those offers. I have one of those for you as well. I love this because it does hold my brows at attention. I do feel like, you know, sometimes I have to like push up the arches just a little bit to get them back at attention. And now I've probably just messed up my arch because it wasn't. Pause. It wasn't laying flat, and then I went and messed with it. But I do feel like sometimes towards the end of the day, like my brows can like sag just a little bit depending on how my day has been. But for the most part, this does hold my brows in exactly the way I want them to. All of my brow hair is natural brow hair. I do not put any pencil in them most of the time. There are times, you know, that I do put pencil in them, like if I get too heavy with my tweezer, or if it's close to needing to be tinted because I have my brows magically touched by the hands of an arch expert about every 3 to 4 weeks. It has been just a couple weeks at this point in time, but man, for a minute, it had been like 6-7 weeks, and I was touching them with pencils, and I do have some pencils for you if that is the case, but all of my hair is my natural brow hair, and I do like it to remain natural looking. So I do use this one every single day. And again, it is the 24-hour brow setter. If I am not using that one because I really want my brows to stand at attention, the one I am using is the ABH Freeze Gel. I do not like the freeze in the pot. I hate that one. I can never get it right. I always have white, like dandruff-like pieces in my brows when I'm using that. But with this one, I don't. So I don't know what the difference is, except for that obviously this one is, it's a liquid versus a pot of gel, I guess. I was never really good at hair gel either. That's why I don't really do anything with my hair, because I'm not good at that stuff. So if I want them to stand at attention, this is the one I use. However, this one, you have to be very, very particular about. I put this one on before I put on my foundation, and then I will wash off around my eyebrows, because if this sticks to your skin, which it does, if it sticks to your skin outside of your eyebrows, your foundation isn't going to stick to your eyebrows, or it's going to crust up and look atrocious. So, and I know that from experience. It's not great. It's not pretty at all. It also, if you use too much of it, will create like little white balls, right? The dandruff pieces in your eyebrows. So I have to be very particular about this one, but if I want my brows to stand upright and be that way all day long, this is the one that I want, you know, special occasions or whatnot. Now, if I want them, it's close to needing them tinted again, but I don't want to use a pencil, so I want a tinted brow gel. This is the one I use. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. I do have my Gimme Brow as well as my pencils in the shade gray, but they have a ton of different shades in it. I like the shade gray because it's very cool toned and it looks very natural with the vivids that I put in my hair. Benefit brow products are my holy grail brow products. I don't really typically like any other brow product out there, honestly, and I've tried a lot of them. NYX I feel like is too warm toned for me. ABH I feel like is too waxy for me for the most part. I really, really love Benefit products. So the same can be said for their brow gels. Like, I have tried multiple and I just don't love all of them. So this is the one that I'm going to use when I want to tint. And a hold much like that of the 24-hour brow setter. 24-hour brow setter is my clear brow every day. ABH Brow Freeze Gel is my want them to stand at attention brow gel. For lashes, I only have 2 categories in lashes. I have mascara, and then I have mascara primer. And much like Benefit brow products, I am also kind of a stan for Benefit mascara. Like, I would much rather spend the money on a Benefit mascara than get a drugstore one and chance it. I know that these mascaras work for me, so I kind of stick to them. Now, I have a bunch of mascaras in my backup bin for mascaras because I have gotten a lot in gratis. Most of my mascaras have come to me in gratis, if I'm honest with you. For mascaras, my holy grail mascaras are going to be Benefit mascaras. I think this one and the next one are hand in hand. Bagel Bang is my #1 for like length. It really does lengthen your lashes, and I do have the Bagel Bang Blue on my lower lashes right now, and you can never see my lower lashes except for when I'm wearing a Bagel Bang mascara on my lower lashes, and I feel comfortable enough to wear a Bagel Bang on my lower lashes because I know it isn't going to smudge, it isn't going to stay wet and get cakey underneath my eyes, it's not going to cause raccoon eyes. I love Bagel Bang. It does come in all of these shades plus black. Of course, black would be, you know, my everyday. These ones stay open in my collection for sometimes a year. because I only open them once in a while to use them, so they're not getting the same amount of usage as a black mascara would. And because they're not opened as much, I don't think that they have the same capacity to grow bacteria as a regular mascara does. I think I had a blue one in my collection for a year and a half actually before it got so bad that I needed to throw it away. Baguio Bang, #1 for length. FanFest, #1 for volume. And I love, honestly, to layer my mascaras, and I will often use these two in conjunction with each other. This gives a hell of a lot of volume, and I love it for the volume it gives. It's also waterproof without being waterproof, if that makes any sense. I know that it will be on my lashes forever, and I am not going to have to worry about it flaking. I'm not going to have to worry about it bothering my eyes. That's the other thing, like Benefit mascaras don't bother my eyes, and a lot of mascaras do. I just feel like you can't go wrong with these two mascaras. Now this one is unopened because I haven't opened a new one yet, so I'm not going to open it up, right? Because once you open it, it does like expire a lot faster, especially if it's a black one where you're using it all the time. But this is what the component looks like, and it's just so great. Just such a great mascara. Benefit has some mascaras that I don't love, but these two, hands down, #1 and 2. One that I have fallen in love with recently, and it is what is on my lashes today, is the Fenty Hella Thick. This came to me in gratis, and for the longest time I wasn't going to open it, wasn't going to use it, because I am, again, a stan of the Benefit mascaras. But I recently opened it up and was like, we'll try it. I don't want to open up another one of my FanFest because I feel like that's all I ever use anymore, and I need to try some of these. I have 39 mascaras in backup. So I opened this one up because it was one that I really wanted to try, and I really like it. It doesn't bother my eyes. I'm not finding myself picking at it. Like the lashes, I feel like my lashes are really, really juicy. Like I feel like they are lengthened. I feel like they are volumized. I do marry this with other mascaras as well. I think today I'm not marrying it with other mascaras so I could give you a true tea representation of it, but I honestly don't think that it needs to be married though either. I could say the same thing for these ones. I would wear them on their own. I would wear this one on their own. I would wear this one on its own without marrying it with anything else. I love these three mascaras. I think that they are fantastic. And the Fenty one kind of took me by surprise because I'm not really into any other mascaras. So, and I've tried so many, you guys. I've tried so many mascaras. I always go back to the Benefit mascaras. So like, I was like, but I really do like it. Doesn't bother my eyes. Isn't flaking off into my eyes and doesn't cause dark circles under my eyes because panda eyes? Is that what it's called? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've had to deal with those things because these are the mascaras that I use every day. The only other section in my lashes category is primers, and I only have one primer that I truly love and truly cannot live without in my collection. So much so that I embarrassingly let one stay in my collection for a year before I threw it out, and it is something that I use every day. Like, that's gross, Donna. It is the Lancome Seals Booster. Oh my god, I forgot brow pencils. I'll get there. Just give me a second. This one is new. It's not opened yet, so I guess I should open it. It is one that I haven't used since I purchased it yet, but this is my favorite mascara primer. I feel like with the mascaras that I do have in my collection that do flake and, you know, that I have problems with, this helps every single time. This also helps in, like, when I curl my lashes and put the primer on, this also helps my lashes to maintain that curl. It also helps the mascara to stay on my lashes longer without bothering my eyes because I have super sensitive eyes. This is just a really great primer, and it's expensive, but I just repurchased this myself because I didn't want to be without it in my collection. Okay, let's go backwards for just a second. Let's talk about brow pencils. So I think I said that I don't typically use a brow pencil in my eyebrows. I do have 2 brow pencils to show you instead of 3. I don't have a top 3 because, as I also said, why that didn't just automatically transfer me into talking about brow pencils, I will never know. but I've tried the NYX ones and I feel like they're just a little bit too warm leaning for me. And I've tried the ABH ones and I feel like they are just a little bit too waxy for me. I have tried a couple of other just obscure brand ones. I did have a MAC one that I really liked a long time ago, Lingering, I think it was called. But I felt like it didn't take me very long to get through that one, which one of you put into my comments section at one point in time that it actually has more product in it than the Benefit Precisely does. But for whatever reason, I felt like I ran right through that. So these are the two that I continue to go back to, and that is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. I do get it in the shade Cool Gray, and I also have the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus Volumizing Pencil. This thing lasts years. This thing lasts years. This is a sharpenable pencil and it is new to me. I haven't used it yet. The spoolie on this thing is spectacular. My last one of these, I saved the nubbin of the pencil with the spoolie on the end because I needed that spoolie full time in my life. It is actually right in here somewhere, isn't it? I don't know where it went, but this pencil literally lasts me almost 2 years, the first one that I had. This pencil typically will last me about a year. If I'm using it every single day, it's not going to last as long, but as I said, and just so that we're clear, I don't use a pencil every single day because this is my natural brow hairs. The only time I'm using these pencils is when it is close to time for me to get my brows tinted and I need that extra like kind of cool tone tint to my brows, and or when I go to ham with my tweezers and I pluck my hairs, which I'm not prone to doing because I don't typically like to take tweezers to my own. It's bad news if I take tweezers to my own eyebrows. Or when I want to like lengthen my tail just a little bit, I will use the pencils, which probably is why they last me longer. And honestly, when I was using MAC Lingering, that might be why it goes faster for me than this one does, because at that point in time I was still learning how to do my brows and I was using the pencil every single day. So that said, these are the only two pencils that I would religiously recommend anytime anybody asks. All right, now switching back, we've got through all of my lashes category and all of my brows category. So now we're going to talk about lips, and lips is the funnest, I think. So for lips, I had 6 categories. I have bullet lipstick, lip liner, balm treatment, scrub, liquid / stain, or gloss / oil. So 5 categories, 5 subcategories. So let's start with bullet lipsticks. This was an easy pick for me. My 3 favorite bullet lipstick formulas are Merit, Charlotte Tilbury, and Natasha Denona. Merit is new to me this year, but this is such a beautiful lipstick formula. It goes on perfectly. I don't know if this is a matte or a satin. It kind of feels like a satin. It doesn't dry down. It kind of looks like a satin, right? It is so comfortable. It is so comfortable on the lips. These do dry down-ish, but they just don't like suck the life out of your skin like dry down. It is so pretty. Mine is in the shade Baby. It's the only one I have right now. I got it late in the year last year. I maybe even got it with my Rouge Reward at the beginning of this year, and I'm on a no buy, so I can't buy anymore. Well, I do have a couple of gift cards for Sephora, so I might buy another one, but this is such a beautiful, comfortable lipstick, and it lasts all day long. My Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, I have 3 of her lipsticks. This one is in the shade Very Victoria. This one is probably my favorite of the 3. This is a matte, but it is just such a comfortable matte. It's got a little bit of a peachiness to it. It lasts all day. I love putting it on top of like my iconic nude lip liner. I feel like it's a perfect match for that. I feel like this is my perfect My Lips But Better shade. And it is the shade that I was prompted to buy because somebody said if you felt like, if you wore like Pillow Talk and you felt like it was too pink for you or it just didn't like jive with your skin tone, try Very Victoria. I think Samantha March said that, so I did, and I feel like it is perfect for my skin. And as matte as it is, it doesn't like sit and dry out my skin, and it also still leaves a little bit of like luminosity to my lips and like a comfortable, healthy, like balmy look to them. And it lasts a very long time. It doesn't sink into all of my like lip lines or anything like that, and it doesn't like feather out either if I wear it without a lip liner. And then Natasha Denona is one of my other favorite formulas. This one is in the shade Noah, and I actually really love this one too. And this is another color that Samantha March made me buy. I mean, just look at how beautiful. This is the perfect tone of like brown in my humble opinion, but overall this lipstick formula also is one that I know I can count on to stay all day. It looks good with almost every single, you know, eye look that I partner it with, this color specifically, but this formula. I also have her Natasha one. I feel like this one is a different formula than the Noah one, but it's still really good. I feel like it's maybe just a little bit more satin or balmy. It stays on the lips all day. I, you know, might have to touch it up towards the end of the day, like after I've eaten all day, talked all day, all the things all day. It's one that doesn't like feather out. It stays on my lips whether I'm wearing a lip liner or not, and it just doesn't make my lips look super dry and crusty and old. So I really love those lipstick formulas. You know, I have 3 of the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I have 2 of the Natasha lipsticks, and would buy more for sure. For lip liners, I really like the Natasha Denona lip liner, but I just finished the last Natasha Denona lip liner that I had in my collection. I'm really trying to stick to what I currently have in my collection. So I have the Makeup Forever lip liner. These are artist color liners, actually. I think they're good for lips and eyes and whatever you want to do with them. I do have 2, but I've only ever used the one because the other one is new to me since bringing it in with my Rouge Reward. And the one that I have that I've used is Wherever Walnut, which is this one right here. I just feel like this formula is a really great formula. It stays on all day. I know that if I line my lips and don't fill my lips with them, which I typically do every single time, but sometimes I will line my lips and not necessarily fill them, but maybe fill like the edges and leave like the middle section of my lips like blank for whatever, a gloss or a different color of lipstick or something, you know, just for that contouring, I guess, of your lips. If I don't fill my lips in and I just have the line, like at the end of the day, if I'm wearing just a gloss over the top of it, only the line remains. And the fact that the line remains tells me that this is a really good pencil because it lasts all day long. It also doesn't pull, it doesn't like skip, it's just really good. It's just really good. Charlotte Tilbury, same. Her lip cheats are amazing. I do have mine in Iconic Nude and then Pillow Talk Medium. These are my 2 favorites from her line, and I have tried a couple of other ones. I can't remember what the names of them are, but I really do love these lip liners. They do the same thing. They really hold in the lipstick. They really look really beautiful on the skin, even without anything over the top of them. I feel like I could go all day long wearing these as a lipstick because they're not super drying and they don't like sink into fine lines, wrinkles, or my lip crevices, right? They're also not pulley, tuggy, and they go on much like a creamier stick would. You do have a little bit of time to work with them, but then once they're set and they're on all day. And then last is kind of newish to me. I think I've tried this brand in the past, but I don't know, maybe it was the wrong color for me. I'm not sure, but this is what I'm wearing today, and it is a NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, and this one's in the shade Whipped Caviar. I love this lip liner. I put it into my Shop My Stash a couple months ago, or well, a couple Shop My Stashes ago actually, and I can't put it down. Like, I haven't had to sharpen it yet, which is odd because I use it all the time. But that tells me it's not super creamy, but it goes on and it feels creamy and it doesn't tug and it also doesn't budge. So really, really love this lip liner. For balm treatment scrub, I have Summer Fridays. Really like this. I can't help myself. Like, I bought into the hype and I actually really think that the hype is worth it on this. It's really, really great at keeping my lips moisturized. Really, really great at also making them look plump and juicy. Smells good. Tastes good, I guess, not awful, right? It's really awesome. And I just recently bought another one with my Rouge Reward in January. So really super excited to get that one finished so that I can open up the next one, because I don't like to have a whole bunch of open ones going, but I do, unfortunately. Ole Henriksen, I've said this before, I think this one is better than this one in terms of treatment. So, and longevity. Like, I can put this on my lips and know that it's going to stay on my lips for quite some time. I don't feel like I'm having to reapply this often, and I do feel like this one is better for long-term moisturization of my lips than the Summer Fridays. I do not like the smell of this one specifically. This one is cocoa cream and it does smell like chocolate. I have had it in Citrus Sunshine. Gave that one to my daughter. She loves it. I loved that one. That one smells really good. I want to get a couple more of these, but I'm on a no-buy this year, so that won't be happening anytime soon. But that one is my favorite for like treatment purposes. And then for, I guess, all around, like, because they have a little bit of everything. Laneige. I have the Laneige Glowy Balm that is in Gummy Bear. I have the Laneige treatment that I wear at night, and I have Eggnog and then Original. And then I also have this, this is Sleeping Mask, and then I also have the treatment, which I am wearing today over the top of the NYX lip liner, because it has a little bit of luminosity to it, like a little bit of iridescence to it. And it goes really well over the top of a lip liner. It lasts a very long time because it's a little bit thicker. It's a treatment versus just a balm. So I think Laneige has overall, all around, the best, in my humble opinion. But I also really like these two as well. For liquid lipstick or stain, y'all, I don't like a liquid lipstick. I don't like a liquid lipstick. And the only stain that I could talk about and feel good about is the Fenty Popsicle stains. These are really great stains. They build up really nicely. It doesn't take them long to stain your lips in any way that you want them to. Like, you just put it on and then you wipe it off, and you've got a nice stain. But if I wanted it darker than that, I could build it up just a little bit more and it would be darker than that. Like, you can, I mean, they're really easy to play with and mess with. These are the only stains that I've ever put on my lips that didn't dry out my lips. I mean, literally suck the life out of my lips. They're the only ones that haven't done that. I really, really like these stains. I love the doe foot on them too, because it's nice and pointed and you can get real specific with how you apply it to your lips so it doesn't get all over your lips. These are a no fuss liquid stain for your lips and really, really good. And they come in all different colors. I have 3 different colors. So I have a more red, a more pink, and a more purple one. And then last is gloss or oil. And I didn't pick an oil because I like the oils. I guess if I picked an oil, my favorite would probably be the Guerlain. It would probably be the Guerlain. But I didn't pull that out of here, so we're not going to go there. I will put it down in my description box, though, for you. Favorite lip glosses. I have Forget the Filler by Lawless. It's such a good lip gloss. I love the doe foot on it. It's got a nice, like, hugs your lips kind of doe foot. It's like really mess proof. You don't have to worry about having a mirror to put it on. It's not going to go outside of your lip lines. I love the hugging doe foot because it really does keep it centered. What I don't love about these is that you can blow through these in no time flat because there is so little product in this guy. But they are good. They are good. I never want to repurchase them because I always blow through them. This is like my 3rd one, and I think my first one I blew through in like a matter of weeks. It was just weeks because I didn't savor it and I loved it, and I didn't realize it was like draining as much as it was. My second one, it took me a little bit longer, but because I realized there wasn't much product in there and I was going to savor it.
Fenty gloss bomb.
Fenty gloss bombs are my favorite. I love the smell of them. I love how they make your lips look super pouty and healthy and beautiful. I have like 12 of them. So I couldn't not bring them into this as a favorite lip gloss. They're just, there's a gloss for every occasion in the Fenty line, and I love them so much. And even if some of them have glitter in them, they're not super gritty. You don't feel that glitter. And probably my most recent infatuation of lip gloss is the Too Faced Kissing Jelly Gloss. These are so good. So good. I brought one into my collection last year, I think in September, and used it entirely. I put it back into my gloss drawer because I wanted to give some other glosses some time. I had to force myself to quit using it. But when I put it back in the gloss drawer, it literally had like this much left. The bottle, to the extent that I put it into, I think my deck of panning or my project pan at the beginning of the year, and was like, let's just finish this. Bought 2 more. I now have, that one was in cotton candy. This one's in bubblegum and birthday cake. They smell so good. They feel so good on the lips, and they last long. I would say the same thing can be true for all of these lip glosses. Like, lip glosses don't typically last a super long time, right? But I don't find myself needing to reapply these lip glosses as often as I've had to reapply other lip glosses. So I also love that none of them hurt my lips. Like, you know, sometimes I have really sensitive skin, so maybe I'm just really sensitive and got sensitive lips, but none of them have like the burning plumpers. This one is supposed to be a plumping one. I don't feel like it plumps. I feel like it makes your lips look plump and juicy, and doesn't really have that plumping attacking ants that are inside some of those plumpers. So there's that. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm glad that we made it through it. That was my top 3 in all categories: lips, lashes, and brows. And I hope that you guys loved it. I hope that you enjoyed it. I would be interested to hear what your top 3 in all these categories are down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit your girl up. I hope that you guys loved the video. I just appreciate you all so very much for being here. So, you know, thank you. Thank you for being here today. I hope that you guys are all doing well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best that you can. I also hope that you guys are loving each other, being kind humans, and living your best life. And until next time. Bye, friends.